In this episode, we sail from up here in Samoa to Tonga, exploring the northernmost islands of Niuatoputapu and the Vava'u group. So we are leaving Samoa, bound for Niuatoputapu, or known as New Potatoes. Just had dinner, bit of a sea running, but decent breeze, but it's all pretty comfortable. We departed Apia in the evening, sailing west along the northern coast of Samoa with the wind on our quarter. The easterly seas and various swell trains made it quite rolly and uncomfortable. We reefed right down to try and slow the boat down, but she was still doing 5 to 6 knots much of the time. Despite trying to slow down the boat overnight, we were still too early to go through the pass into Niuatoputapu, so we hove to for a few hours until it got light. Shortly after dawn, we started the engine and began our approach into the island. As we neared the pass, we were still off soundings, despite the charts saying the depth should have been 20 to 40 metres. This was disconcerting, and for a while we thought our depth sounder had died. We only got into soundings less than half a mile from the pass, and in the shallower waters the strong following wind kicked up 3-metre swells. We surfed down a couple of big waves and briefly hit speeds of 11 knots. At this point I was having my doubts, but happily the swells dissipated quickly and we were able to go through the pass safely and without further drama. The shore leads for the pass were easy to spot and clearly showed us when to turn. The swells breaking over the reef were dramatic, but as soon as we were in the protection of the reef, all was calm. The pass is well marked but requires a lot of zigzagging, so care is needed, including in the anchorage. We walked a loop around the island to the freshwater pool at the western end of the island and then back through the main 3 villages. The freshwater pool is at the mouth of a river, apparently downstream of a water treatment plant. Beyond the pool, the river mouth is popular with the local pigs. Pigs are everywhere, but we also got to see sheep, goats, cows and horses. There's a lot of agriculture on the island with coconuts, bananas, taro, cassava, breadfruit and more. As the weather was turning against us, we had to clear out of Niuatoputapu and head 175 miles south towards Vava'u. At least going through the pass was a bit less exciting this time. Yeah, a whole bunch of us leaving. It's 4 of us heading south. It's about the best weather window we're going to get for several days. It was fun sailing with 2 other boats of similar speed and in wind varying from 5 to 20 knots. After 30 hours sailing, we were still close to each other. We started a passage with a light easterly breeze, but with hindsight we should have kept closer to the wind than we did. Because that night a band of cloud brought showers in the southeasterly change which put us hard on the wind. This, along with the west-going current, pushed us too far to the west of Vava'u. Then the wind died that evening, so we all ended up having to motor the rest of the way, and we had to hove to again that night so we could arrive during daylight. After sunrise, we switched on the motor and travelled through the islands of the Vava'u group towards the main town of Niuafo'ou. We found the passage quite scenic. It reminded us a little bit of the islands off the north coast of Malaysia, like Langkawi and such, with a pretty little limestone islands and very protected anchorages, very much favoured by whales, and whale watching is one of the big industries in this part of the world. We picked up a mooring just off the wonderful restaurant at Mango's, where we stayed for about a week. Whilst in Vava'u, I joined a whole bunch of ladies to do some traditional Tongan mat weaving at one of the resorts nearby. As you can see, it was a pretty boisterous ride. The wind was pretty rough and it was pretty wet and wild, but before long we'd arrived at the lodge and we were all set to go. Before our weaving session, we visited one of the local schools there where they gave us a little demonstration. And here we are learning how to weave using the pandanus leaves. This is something that's very much a live craft in Tonga. You'll see people wearing traditional Tongan waist mats. They also make all sorts of things like floor mats and specialised items for weddings and funerals So it's not something that's just done for the tourists, it's something that they really do every day, and if you go to a market in Tonga you'll see them weaving all sorts of things. In our next episode we explore more of the islands of the Vava'u group before heading south to the central islands of the Hapai group. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.